Hello people! How are you doing? Welcome to our live stream today. It's basically a day just for me to kind of meet you today. Basically discuss of development of a game that I'm currently making, which is of course called Final Fallacy. And just having a discussion with you today. I'm currently in my summer house, basically our family summer's house, and just having good summertime, I suppose, before work begins normally in normal society. I don't know how normal the society is currently nowadays, when we have this current situation, but I think, as normally as we can, we humans always go forward, indeed. How are you doing? Hopefully you're enjoying your day. It's a little slow day for me, but still, of course, we go forward. Hello there! I'm even here, even if I'm tired. Oh well, good to have you here. Of course, if you're really, really tired, I don't want to keep you here like in a bad state or anything. Indeed. Hopefully, I'm not doing that. Yes, and I think I have still the wrong thumbnail on that. Let me actually change that while we are going here. But hey, well, hello, how are you doing? Basically, I haven't streamed a few days. Reasoning, I suppose, summer, yeah, I want to do daily streams once more, but of course, going to be getting back of those, but now I'm going to be doing items for this. I'm basically making a video game, and it's, I don't know how people think of my little video game here and there, but it's going to be quite something, I tell you, because we have done some devlogs here, and this is going to be another one of those with items this time in creation, indeed. Hopefully you're interested to see that in happening, indeed. And items, of course, are things that you can find in your adventures when you venture out in the land. Let me actually put this screen on, and I'm actually not yet. But yes, there's a lot of many things going on. Basically, me on my summer things. Also looking at many situations going on back in the town, I think in a few weeks or something like that. That's my plan. And really getting active on Final Fallacy. I've been actually trying to contact a lot of people on trying to, get them to cover the game and such. It has been, let's just say it's a difficult task. I'm just tired because of work.
I'm just tired because of work. It's a 1-week trial job to see if it's a good idea to work in there or not.
Oh, so the interview went well. Congratulations, my friend. Congratulations. Very good to hear, my friend. Very good to hear. This is what I wanted to hear from that. Glad that it's going well. Hopefully, I'm not taking too much of the time, because I know, some people, some streamers oh, please stay here. But I know, I don't want to do that. No sir, no sir. I know how being tired is. I personally was a few months ago a bit tired because of the constant streaming and such. I was able to actually get back on track, and now getting back on track is something I'm very happy to do, indeed. Now let's actually open the screen and start doing the work. So basically, today's work is a bit like my planning is like going just like this, because of the fact that I've already done some work. And most of the work is basically going for the NPC and its dialogue and how it affects the world. I'm not still very satisfied on the NPC side of things on my game, so I'm currently working on that sort of fact. Good evening, indeed. And as you've seen, I've really scaled back on the music side of things, because I kind of realized a few things. I think I'm going to be, doing an announcement of that later on, but I'm more now going to be focusing on the one that I personally think is going to be quite impressive. I think this game I'm making is something people want to see, and hopefully, U16 and PBSA, you are something that you want to see that. We shall see.
Yes, it went
well. Hey, it went well. I'm doing the best to give them reasons to continue working. Very, very good. Very, very good. Congratulations, man. Congratulations. It's very good. Hopefully everything else with the health and such have been going well also for you and 16. Yes, PBSA got a job placement, and very good, very good. I have to congratulate him on that. Oh, I just had that information. That's my folder of folders, indeed. I'm going to be opening the item folder information and putting there some items. And what are the items in the game? Basically, if you have ever played a RPG game, have you? I don't know. Some of you might have. Like, I cannot really say. I can't really say. But, you know, today being just last few days very disappointed. I've tried to contact a lot of YouTubers on this game, and I'm trying to really, like, try to contact them. And I just sent 50 emails yesterday, actually 2 days ago, and none of them have returned to me. Like, perhaps it's because of my email. I kind of sent a similar email to everyone, but I still try to include, like, a person, like, it's not just like a spammy thing, it actually is an email. And for some reason it didn't work. I might have to think of different approach. I suppose not all of the tubers look at the emails, or perhaps they just they are being spammed so easily there, so they don't really even consider that to be something that they want to be looking into. Indeed, who knows? Who knows? But that's my kind of stress factor on last few days, and it's kind of nasty. I'm actually thinking, should I get some kind of a publisher for this? And I hope not. But I now kind of understand why people do get publishers on these sort of facts. Yes, indeed. As you can see, we have some... this is just a random note on there. Let me just make it like a... Here we go. So we have here some stuff on. As you can see, some of the items we already have. And functional as such. Not all of the items that we have are yet added in. But we're going to be adding some items here, and most of them are consumable items, and basically how they work, we're going to be putting them in here, and more information as well. This is not the all information I want to have from them, but still we have some of the items in there, and these are not like the final items at all. I have a plan, but we shall see how that will go.
I am
not officially working there. Next Thursday or Friday will be the found if I will be officially working there or not. I hope I will. Oh, are you like getting paid already from the few moments you are there? Like, are you doing unpaid or mainly?
Did I just saw troll images?
Troll images. Yeah. I think you saw something. Yeah. It's just like I was very angry because I'm doing this Finnish news YouTube channel. And one of my first videos was censored in there, so I was like, god damn. That's why I posted that troll image in the. Hey, Friday, Thursday, confuse these of the. Yeah. Alright. So this Friday we shall see, will PBSA be found good for his company? Who knows? Now we're gonna be. Of course, hope for the best. We're going to be now adding some other objects in here. Indeed, we shall see. So we have bread, empty skins and such. Indeed, very good. We're going to be adding icons in here as well.
Good to see you, BTW.
Good to see you, Jelly Duck. Hey, good to see you as well, man. Hey, very good. I am wanting to do daily streams, but it's not just always possible. I appreciate, of course, your donation and such, and that's why I really want to get that. Indeed. There's a lot of stuff. Going on. I don't want to stress you too much about my stuff, because I know people are not very interested on that. They want to just see on developing stuff, and that's the main stuff I'm going to be doing. I will pay for this week whether I got work there or not. But of course, main thing, you want to get in there, as you know, working there full time. Of course, I understand that. So good luck for that. Animal. Are you making an RPG? Indeed so. Yes, well, certain people have this sort of like thinking of like RPG makers and such. But this RPG is going to be quite something else, I tell you. Not just a regular sort of RPG game that people have. Hey, Waffles, hello, how are you doing? Yes, this is a thing I've been working on for over a year. It's a very huge project, as you can see. A lot of stuff have been going there, but now we're going to be working on this evening some items. I was thinking of some stuff that, animals drop, basically, like animal fur and these sort of stuff, like what I have here. Let me just look at them. Animal fur, pelt, hide, tooth, eggs, and so forth. All of these stuff. Love these maps already. Hey, Waffles, I'm very happy for that. I would, if you're interested to see this going forward, of course, following the stream is going to be the main thing. I would appreciate that. But I'm going to be having a free demo coming this year from this. And I tell you, I've already done a few streams about and telling how this whole thing works. It's going to be unlike anything you have seen beforehand. And I'm very sad that I was actually trying to contact a lot of YouTubers, but it's because I don't want to yet fully tell everything about the game. It's very hard to really yet start getting people's interest. But I tell you, it's not thing that you have seen before, because I want to make something that has not been done, essentially. No, we're going to be putting this animal for as thing on here. This is our little document, as you can see. We have put prices in here and such, but it's an easy way to really just look at it, what we have and such. It's very good. We have some potions, as you can see, and you know, you can see the effects if you want to. That's up to you, of course. That's what we're here for. Now let's put animal fur here. Basically, I want to use this as a thing that you can actually make leather out of later on, but it's of course a limited thing.
Also meat and bones.
Meat and bones, of course, but weird the egg not being the nest. The eggs are actually something that you can find in the... Hey! Waffles! Thank you for following, very much appreciated. Thank you very much. I salute you, Waffles. Welcome very much on eluukkanen streams. How did you find us, by the way? That's actually a very interesting fact. Yes, indeed. But, you know, either way, I'm very happy that you're here. Very good. Let's continue forward and let's see how our tale goes. Now, thing is, of course, we're going to be having... You came from YouTube side of things. Alright. Welcome, welcome. I don't really use too much of the other places other than, you know, tubes, but, you know, still. Been subscribed almost a year. Had no idea you had a Twitch as well. Yes, I have as well. I'm not very good at cross-promoting, I tell you that much. You know... But, of course, we're going to be still continuing the work. As you can see, I have no description on here. Some snarky comments and such. I have to draw that in. Basically, the idea I'm going to be writing where to actually do this job. I'll actually take the angry troll picture out of the way. Here we go. And that's well. So, basically, we're going to be going to... Where's the item list? Here we go. So, we're going to be doing a description for the animal fur. Somewhat of something. I'm going to be doing it later on. First, the effect is going to be very important. This is not something that you can consume. It's mainly a crafting item. Cool, let me just put it like here. Crafting item. Here we go. And basically it is used, and you can make one of the recipes I think I'm going to be doing it for is leather. But you know, I'm going to be touching on crafting recipes at least some point, indeed. Use for crafting and warm for winter. Well, that is quite something. I want to for the descriptions themselves. Let me see. Nice haircut. Well, I don't tell you, this is not really a haircut. It's like just randomly hair growing, I suppose. Yeah, I haven't seen a haircut for how long again? 3 months. That's really bad. Yeah, I need to get a haircut. Yeah. God damn. Yeah, I've been just in my countryside place, as you have known for quite some time. But, you know, we could perhaps use this, you know, if I can use this waffles, kind of somewhat. Let me just see. So, used for crafting for warm for winter. Natural clothing. Natural clothing for animal kingdom. For mammals of the animal kingdom. I how to have this sort of like a feel on the, you know, the description. Hey, Zabek, how are you doing? Forgot to say hello, of course. Good to see you. We have waffles. We have PBSA. We have even Jelly Duck and 16. I don't know how they're here right now, but at least we have them. We had them, indeed. Now, natural some say it's considered. It is considered. It has to be very short, you know, because there's a very limited space you can have it on there. It's like this is the maximum space we can have. Good today. Well, very good, very good. That's what we need. My day hasn't been too much of good. Been just kind of a sad of you know, the current situation. But, you know, we can have that, I suppose. That's how we can live. We can still go forward. Of course, we never can let our hope go away. Now, thing is, natural clothes for mammals of animal kingdom, in certain circumstances, let me just Others have found it look, I want to somehow let me try to find something like a funny, snarky way of saying like natural clothing of mammals of the mammals being something that let me see. I'm kind of like dropping here. Let me see. Natural clothing for mammals. Also, other no people. Animal fur. Natural clothing for mammals also being used by other breeds for their clothing purposes or something like that. Other have found crafting purposes beside the simple warmth of winter. I like it. Actually, it's better. I think it's actually better. I think it's actually let's have it then there. Hopefully, I have to have a very limited space on it, of course. Let me see. That's sure, yeah. Let me see which is the better one. Also being used by the other breeds' clothing purposes. I think I'm going to be taking the first one, kind of like because the thing is that in the first part of the game, there's not much going to be a winter there. Yeah, that's the thing. At least that's my plan. Of course, it depends. I like the description in a sense. I kind of like the description in a sense. What you meant? Let me see. A font of crafting because it's. I don't want to just strictly like tell what are they for. I want also the people to try to find what are they used as well. Pelt is of course kind of a different thing. It's kind of like a bigger thing than fur. But it's still some kind of a similar thing. You can use it for making a certain sort of clothes, indeed. And clothing is actually very useful to wear, as you mentioned, of the warmth of the weather. It's something that actually keeps you warm. There are like raining seasons and such, which actually makes you very, very cold, and that's very good to have a fur on your side, indeed. Indeed so. But I'm actually being very happy on recently, before these days. But, I've been just thinking very much so that, being here for many months has kind of done. I want to very soon go to kind of away from the countryside in a sense that I want to really start, contacting people and try to make this sort of like a close group of people, try to, have this sort of like, because of course when I've been on countryside, there's different people here. They're still lovely people, but it's away from people sort of fashion, so that's how it works. Let me just put it on here. So that's been on my mind because I have this sort of like, I want to just, of course, I'm social enough, but it's kind of like I want to meet the people that kind of like have this sort of passion in them. It's very nasty that we have these people coming to the YouTube side of things, and I think I'm never going to see you. That's the sad thing in the life. But I suppose that's how we work. In other times, I couldn't have ever heard about you, in a sense. So I shouldn't be really saying too much here. Now, animal hides, like these, as you can see, these are like 3 levels here. Animal pelt is basically like a bigger version of animal fur. Like, animal fur is basically had like these by rabbits and such. And animal pelt is like a wolves, and the animal hide is like a big creatures like bears and such. I don't want to have like a bear pelt like for each individual creature. I want to have like a 3-tier system on that. And they all can be used for clothing, but of course animal fur you need a lot of it. And animal hide you can make better quality ones as well. It's that at least is my plan. Of course, we shall see how that will work. Now, let's put it in here. Here we go. So, animal hide, basically, it's, I'm not a natural English-speaking person, as you have noticed by now, hopefully. So, I might not doing the best service when it comes to the descriptions themselves, but we shall try at least. Animal fur is natural clothing. Animal pelt. I could actually have the waffles one in there. Creatures of the wilderness. Let me actually see. Creatures of the wilderness have found warmth for the winter under their have found themselves with natural protection for the winter times. I don't know why is that really a good one, but you know, it's a. I want to have this sort of like I once saw this game that had like all of this cool stuff like the descriptions. Oh man, they were so lively in there. God damn, I like lively descriptions. I've tried to do a very good ones in here, of course. I just noticed the first aid kit doesn't have any description. We shall have that later on. Creatures of wilderness have found themselves warmth and against under this pelt. Under this pelt. Creatures of the wilderness have found themselves warmth and natural protection. I think that's a fitting one. I want to have like there's some kind of a mystery with each weapon. I know like items and such, and I want to them kind of bring the world to life. I hope these do it. Like of course, it's. I have to still say I'm not a natural English speaker, so you know I might be just buffering all the words and such. And I don't know. I have no idea. Heavy layer or heavy animal hides. Heavy good quality animal hides. Good ass. I'm actually my English. Have been seeked. How do you say like someone is seeking something? I don't know. Have been a bit quiet recently. I know I'm still alive in there. I don't know. Am I too entertaining to watch? Of course, I'm not sure. We have one person watching that, so that's good. Good. How are you doing? Indeed so. So let's continue forward. Indeed. Slow process the game development is, but you know that's how it works. That's how it works. And I'm today I'm kind of like in a kind of a sad mood, so might be not the best company, I suppose. Heavy good quality animal hides are in how do you say it? Heavy good quality animal hides are something valued by makers of clothes. Makers of clothes and excessive. Very good quality animal hides are something valued by makers of good and excessive fashion. Populous? I don't know. I have like these are just kind of a things still under creation, of course. These sort of things, I think I should need a writer for these, but still, you know, good to have something in there. And if people find them very nasty later on, you know, I'm gonna be changing them and having a kind of a real person with the experience of writing English putting these in there. But at least I have something in there beforehand. So clothing value. This is going to be one that is going to be used for the crafting later on. It's going to be using clothing value, and it's going to be red +1. As you can see, this is value, a good pelt of course is valued like a 10. And animal hide itself is 50 indeed. That's how it works. Natural clothing for mammals also being used by other breeds for their clothing purposes. Under this pelt, creatures of the wilderness have found themselves warmth and natural protection. Heavy good quality animal hides are something valued by makers and seekers. I think seekers of excessive fashion. Of excessive fashion. I think it's right. Alright, here we go. That's something here. That's something we have. We have been using a little bit of time on developing these now. Let's actually put these ones in the game. I don't know, like, are people listening? I think I can actually say that because of this reason. I'm actually going to be possibly, like, having some kind of a very major thing with this channel. I don't know. I'm just very fed up on these systems that we have on here. And I know that many people are not going to, because I know, like, I'm myself kind of similar fashion, but, you know, it's because the systems have been built that, you know, nobody can really follow anyone from anywhere. But I'm going to be basically, possibly thinking of other places, other things. Yeah, I can actually say that. I'm not really, you know, too much on the, you know, this entertainment mood. Hey, smiling and that sort of fashion. And I've noticed that if I'm not on that sort of mood, it's people stop listening, and I know that I can understand that. People want to see entertain themselves, not to be saddened, and I understand. Carnivores tooth. Here we go. Yes, as said, I'm not the best English writer here, so it's kind of limited on its looks. But yeah, we have carnivore's tooth. I'm not yet sure on all of the, you know, the crafting purpose of all of the items I have here, but I want, of course, these are ones that are dropped by little animals, animal furs. Drop smaller animals. There we go. Clothing value, medium animals. Here we go. Small animals. There we go. And we put this as green. Background is black. Here we go. Background is black, and this as a green. Here we go. I'm very happy to see where this is going, but of course it always takes a little bit of time on making this. But of course we are going forward with good fashion. And these are like big animals, like bears and such. Hard to find, because not always you will find a good one. Not always. Not always you will be very positively surprised, because that's the thing. I don't want the loot boxes in my game, but what I want is randomization in some elements. Not just because that you want to grind. You don't want to grind in this game too much, I tell you. Of course, if you want, of course, that's the thing. But you know, I'm trying to make the game to be bland and not to be grind, like, you know, only accessible because of grinding. That's the thing. That's the thing. Big animals. These are just the dropping tables. Good to have me on this sort of information. Animal falls are like, you know, if you just hunt rabbits, you might find animal furs. And, you know, actually some creatures actually try to, you know, you can sell these in a very good price in some places that, you know, they are not that easy to find. But still, of course, the greatest value always comes from the animal hides themselves, because that can be used in many multiple different ways, indeed. That's the thing. That's the thing. We have 3 people watching here. Very, very good. I actually have my... It kind of hurts my stomach for some reason. I don't know why. I might be actually need to be taking a break. I think I'm going to be actually taking a break and coming back a very soon moment. So stay tuned. Eluukkanen is going to be coming back with... I'm actually right here, so I can go back. So people know. Coming back in few minutes. A few minutes. Only a few minutes, not too long. Here we go. So we have the screen on here, very good. And we put it like this. So I'm gonna be coming back in a very short notice, don't you worry, I will be back. See you soon. Life is happy. Life is happy. I don't know, do I even have a viewers here, but I'm back. If you... Here we go. Back in action. That's what we're here for. Let me see. We have still some people here. What is this? Now, let's go back to the normalcy of, working on here. It's kind of a random stream, to be honest.
PBSA.
Good to see you back, PBSA. Good to have you. Very good. Yeah, it's a... I don't know. It's a very good time for me to go back and start creating. Now let's continue for the items. And I tell you, I like the description of waffles there. But like, one of the things I want these things to do is just like have one thing I like Dark Souls doing was the fact that it actually brings the kind of the world together in a certain way, and I want these to be something that people will actually read and be like, hey, that was really funny. Hopefully, at least that's the kind of the plan, at least. Actually, see, are there like the tooth proverbs, I suppose? Something kind of, three teeth proverbs, something like that. Because, there's I want to have this sort of kind of lovely feeling on the item, not just like, it's a teeth. It's useful for this. I don't want to have like that. There's a Danish proverb. There's a Swedish proverb, Tibetan proverb. Unfortunately, would be bitten by toothless dogs. And interesting. Let's see which one of these is the best. The teeth are smiling, but is it the heart? Congolese proverb. Ha. Let's see. Eat coconuts while you have the teeth. Senegalese proverb. Well, that's something. Let's see. Do we have here? Don't use your teeth while you auntie. How's that? If a dog. He that sleeps sound feels no toothache. He that sleeps sound feels not the toothache. Okay, these are not something I want to have. Teeth often bite the tongue, still the two stay together. Well, these are not very interesting proverbs. I think something I have to see. Let's see. Death does not look at your teeth. Well, that's quite something. Death indeed does not look at that, I think, at least. Yeah, something fun in here is there, I don't know. Oh, dogs have teeth in all countries. That's a very weird way to say it, I suppose. A glutton is one of the yeah. Let's see. These are not very interesting proverbs, I think. Listen to the wisdom of the toothless ones. I suppose I'm going to be taking that is actually very funny way to say it. Wisdom of... Oh, let me actually take this away. Listen to the wisdom of toothless ones. They... And once you do it... Do that. Make good use of their... Is there like a kind of a other way to say like a teeth? Let me see. Synonym teeth. Teeth synonyms. Yeah, I'm not an English speaking person. I don't know. I have all the old knowledge on this. Accept. This was choppers. I don't know. Is that like other way to say it? But I suppose. Listen to the wisdom of toothless one, and once you do that, make good use of the choppers. I don't know. That's kind of a random way to say it. I want to have something there, and I think I'm going to be having somebody to actually write these later on. But I'm going to be having something here, at least here right now. Indeed, I actually haven't made graphics for the teeth, so let me do that. Yeah, it's kind of a random thing. Yeah, I'm not the best in writing thing, I have to tell you. I suppose I'm going to be doing it as a crafting thing as well. I think you can do a necklace from it, I suppose. I was thinking actually you could use it for some kind of like giving like attack attribute for you. I don't know. We shall see. I think it's 28 if I'm right. Here we go. 28. That's good. 28 indeed. Now let's actually put here. Let me go here.
PBSA.
PBSA.
Fangs instead of choppers.
Fangs could be better. Make good use of their fangs. Okay, that's actually I don't know. That might be better. And once you do, possibly make good use of your fangs while you have them. Let me see. Listen to wisdom of toothless ones. I don't know. Let me just keep it like that. I'm not the most cleverest person in the writing sense of English. Hopefully that is something that is somewhat at least fun. Actually, put it here later on. Attack. Stat. Just gonna be leaving it there. It's kind of like a note for me. But now let me actually put the graphics for that. Here we go. 16 and 16. So carnivore fangs, of course, are very special. They are very pointy. Yes, indeed, that's what they are. And this is not what I want to see. I want to see it like this, blocky style. How have you been doing, PBS? Have you been watching any interesting series lately, or something like animes and such? I don't know. You know, my brother wanted to show me this anime, which was called Tower of God, and you know, this sort of Netflix anime, I suppose. It was alright, but it's like a... I don't know. And I actually watched later on, if you haven't seen the... What was the... Full Metal Alchemist, and my brother told me that actually they lost their writer at some point, you know, the manga where they were making the whole thing from. And I can kind of tell, because in the current episodes they are very bad and very creepy at the same time. And the characters don't feel like what they were. It's kind of interesting. Writing is kind of like the soul of the whole thing. Yeah. That's why I need a good writer. I'm not the best one myself. So what do we have? We have something over here. Something useful. One thing I'm actually going to keep is going to be this, because then it looks like more pointier than it is. Possibly even this, you know, it actually looks better when it has this. Yeah, very, very good. So this is like a teeth. I'm actually doing a little bit smaller version of it. We shall see. And possibly having it like this. Yeah. Currently working on some stuff over here, and I think it actually, you know, we're starting to do some progress over here. Indeed, a small progress, but still, it's a big game. We need some good time on that. Indeed, sir. Because of work, I've been just watching YouTube bits for the few hours I'm at home. Been watching some Pokemon Black and White. Black and White videos. Pokemon as RPG actually is quite fascinating in many, at least the older ones. I don't know, the newer ones kind of seem a bit cheap. Because they haven't changed too much of what they could have been, I think, at least. Yeah. Some Pokemon Black and White videos, indeed. I can understand, when I was doing full-time job, god damn, it was, you know, you lose all of your strength. Even though it's not like a mental thing you do in the work, it still takes your energy. But soon we have computers doing the work for us, so we don't need to worry, indeed. Welcome, artificial intelligence. Oh boy. I so much want to be that my work is stealing from me. You know, they even have a composer artificial intelligence, so where I'm even needed, who knows? We go. So that's that. That's
Idea
animal
pending weekly
teeth.
uploads.
Ideas pending! Hey! Pokemon games feel lackluster. GBA games were the best. Yes, indeed. That's what I feel as well. Indeed. How are you doing, Ideas pending? Actually want to recommend that channel, PBSA, if you haven't seen. It's actually just very good stuff. I'm very positively surprised of, seeing a kind of a new YouTube channels. And his channel could be actually much bigger. I think he could be. My channel, because of the reasons I've stated before, it's not growing. And I'm not sure really on this channel too much. I've seen like a few channels actually come back with their kind of nostalgic channels and just make a new one, because I think like I do every single thing I think in many ways kind of alright, but of course I still have some plans. I don't know. Might be just rambling here, but my main point was Ideas Pending has some good stuff. I recommend checking that out if you want to have some good works in there. Why isn't your channel growing? I think there's many reasons, of course. Nobody really knows, because there's if you know YouTube, there's basically this sort of invisible like a channel kind of ranking code, and nobody really knows what it is. I know that it exists because I've seen it. Like there was this videos of YouTube employees being showing that sort of such, and they rank everything that your viewers and such come from recommendations, and if your channel is not recommended, whatever you do, it's not growing. And my channel, even though I think I've done many good things in here, in the sense that all the good practices, that it's not just working, and I think it might be the content. My content might not be something that people want to search, or it's not just like because of the things I've said in some live streams, because it's kind of crazy to say this, but I've said some things on my own opinions and such. And I've seen some channels being just deleted because of that fact, and some suppressed and this sort of fact. And it might be I have this feeling, because I actually made a channel a few moments ago, and it's this sort of like a Finnish news channel, and it actually has no problems. That's the thing. It actually has no problems on growing, and that's kind of weird to say, but that I might be just paranoid on that. But I have to tell you, nah, your content is super interesting.
Your content is actually super
oh really?
interesting. Idea pending weekly uploads.
Nah, you're allowed to have an opinion. Yeah, that's the thing. But it's kind of complicated to. It's kind of complicated to say, but I'm going to be telling you that it's I have this one channel that I followed. He had to create a new channel to actually start growing again, and actually he's growing again. The thing is, he did some political stuff. Of course, this is not like political stuff I do here, but still, it's a long story. I can tell you it later, perhaps private messages or something. If one day AI replaces a lot of work, I would probably still have a job. If I would be fixing the machines that broke down, indeed. But future AI, they can even fix themselves. That's the problem. So humans are not even in that equation. That's the sad thing. And I'm not very happy for that. I'm actually not happy for that. Some people that have power do not use that to actually save us from that. And my lackluster power yet, I do not have that any much power. So that's the kind of problem in that. Now, let's actually go here. Yeah, I don't know what people really think of this, but just like, I've been getting a really cynical over the years on some stuff, and I know how some things work, I tell you. And world is kind of sad place, to be honest, because of that. Because we could have so many good stuff in here. We could have like all the best creators, like in the old times, this tube was actually quite big.
Nervous laugh. My big project is actually a robot that plays games. Lol.
God damn, we have evil villains over here. God damn, Ideas Pending, why are you doing this? You are destroying. Just kidding. A machine that plays games. I suppose that's not bad. That's not bad. And yes, like, of course, I think AI is something that we're always going to be just seeing, but my sad thing is that, some people that just want to get rid of humans altogether. I don't want to have that, and I think many who build robots don't want to have that. But there are certain people who do have that sort of thing. That's the sad thing. And yeah. But I've been growing a lot of cynical over the years, and like Ideas Pending says, I'm having good work on here, and I personally do think so, but of course, who knows? It might be that my just things I do not interest people. Who knows? But I will be working hard. I'm not going to be just here like a sad and like that sort of thing. I'm going to be changing my tactics. It's not, if something doesn't work, change your tactics. That's going to be the teeth. Just like, look at the teeth. I think it looks like a teeth.
Idea pending weekly uploads.
Tell about your games. This is cool. Yes, let's not talk about the nasty stuff. Let's actually talk about the good stuff. So basically the game. Is I'm going to be doing a full introduction. Basically, it's an adventure game where you go around place. You know, an RPG of true sense. Have you played some of those paper kind of RPGs? I think this is alright. I'm not going to be changing that. Have you played like these Dungeons and Dragons sort of fashion? So basically a role-playing experience is basically that you take a role and you play with it. With Final Fallacy, I'm building a world that reacts to you. I'm building a system that, you know, there's like the real nature in their sort of fashion, mimics it. There's villages and such which have their own politics. I want it to mimic them, you know, without you being on the part of that. It actually is moving, all things are happening there. That sort of fashion. Indeed, it's all moving. Without, it's not like scripted like most of the games. If you play like Pokemon Black and White, I played a lot of old RPGs, Final Fantasies, and a lot of old stuff. Indeed, it has some similarities, but it's different as well. Because the thing is, it is basically. Let me actually go to the items here. Do we have animal hide as an icon?
Is recreation needed? In my opinion, yes. But not to the point where you make humans obsolete to the point.
Indeed, but of course we are the humans here, so kind of we are biased, I suppose. Probably so. I have to tell you, it's a sad thing. You know, I don't want to really talk about it. It's kind of a sad. I have a lot of thoughts on it, but I don't know. I know that people don't want to really hear them, so I'm not going to be saying them. But I tell you, it's a very sad situation. But yeah, the game is quite good, something like that. It has a FF1. This is originally, I was inspired by Final Fantasy originally when I made it, and of course you can kind of tell, but... but, let me actually see, do I have the pelt icon here? I think I do. Here we go, this is the pelt icon, and it has some problems there, as you can see. Goddamn graphics, let me try to fix that. So let's see and try to find the pelt icon in here. But yeah, a lot of RPGs, like many of them, don't go the full way on the creation of the stuff. Indeed, you know, making actually the place like seem like a livable place and such. They don't do that because, of course, it takes this sort of different sort of design aspect, and many games don't want to possibly even do that way. Unfortunately, that's the thing. That's the thing. Like, there's a lot of systems for battle systems. Like, it's very sad state what we have in current RPGs. Like, have you seen RPGs where the first thing they say, it's not about their story, it's all about, well, look at this cool battle system we have over here. It's like the only thing that RPGs change nowadays. I want to have a RPG that has a story that actually, like, the world revolves not just around you, but the world is actually moving thing, and you can actually affect on many things. That's what Final Fallacy is all about, and of course it's a very broad description of it, but I want basically to make a world, and that world basically, if you don't do anything, it's like going like this.
How are you planning on making a living?
Basically I'm making so that there's like these few aspects I'm actually drawing on here, just to kind of make my mind go easy on that. So basically there's like the let me do like so there's the player, here we go. So there's the player, here we go. The game works on real time, so there's a real-time clock, indeed, going forward. That's the thing. Real time. So then there's the world, and each world, it's like a location is controlled by a certain faction. Indeed, that's at least the current system that we have. It's still like it's not super workable yet, but it's still something that I'm building. So basically, this is like one map area. Actually, write that in there. So map. And it's controlled by a faction, and that faction is something that, you know, kind of basically like runs it, you know, all that. They're like NPCs part of the map. They are like these sort of like each map has like each map is, imagine like each map is like an RPG character themselves, like they have their HPs and such, but instead of HP being HP is the population and this sort of faction and such. It's still very hard to kind of explain, but basically map, then the bigger thing is like there are these factions which are like that they run on their own. They have their own there's like a kingdom faction, then there's other factions. They will run even though player doesn't do anything, though, so they will actually move forward on their own conditions. Then there's like the certain story beats that, you know, happen under certain conditions, and they don't always happen. I'm looking at the situation that, you know, some story beats are not even hit by the players.
Is it that powerful to do this all? I didn't think RPG Maker was powerful enough.
Well, it's RPG Maker is kind of limited. I've took this program to its limits, but I tell you, I'm able to do this. I'm able to do this sort of stuff because I tell you, it's a very sad situation to look at the the only thing. It's like so basically, it's kind of like what's the best way to approach it? So basically, this is the kingdom over here. There's like the map is divided into this sort of zones. Actually, this doesn't show the zones very much, but like in a sort of like a chess game sort of style, the AI wants to, you know, the basic AI. It's like a numbers really. So it's basically like if this area is not like not taken by anyone, it like moves in there like a chess piece, like a sort of fashion, and it takes everything. And it always wants to expand. Some AIs don't want to expand, they just like want to be on the certain positions, and like the world really like goes on that. Hard to explain. I want to make a like an explanation video later on because it kind of sounds silly if I just like say it like that. Basically, that's how it works. And then there are the story beats, and story beats affect the world, and the player can be part of the sort of system that our places. Like player can actually. I want that every single building is destroyable. It has been actually drawing this whole thing to its limits, but it can do it. Also, each NPC can be destroyed, allied with, and such. I want to make an explanation video proper on that.
Make an explanation video.
But what you do focus? What do you or said don't work full time anymore? What do you say? By the way, what do you Bogus? You said you don't work full time anymore. Please, can you elaborate on that? I didn't catch your thing. Indeed. But you built some robots. Actually, I didn't know that you built some robot things. Hey, that's very cool. Let me continue the creation of this thing. Yeah, I'm talking about, you know, I should be like hyping people and getting this game on. But of course, I don't want to like just tell you like oh, it's going to be big and such. I actually have to tell you, I've been just recent days. How do I draw an egg? I've been just recent days doing a lot of work just to see how far I'm able to take RPG Maker. And people are not actually believing me on many things on Essential. I'm actually taking it to the limits. It's very surprising to see on this point, I tell you. So small egg, big egg, huge egg. So possibly small egg is going to be, of course, be very small, like this. Small egg. It's like chickens have the small egg and such. But it's possible to do. It's possible to do with RPG Maker. I've been just tooling with so much around with it, and I know how it's possible to do. That's the thing.
Sorry, you said you don't work full time anymore earlier.
Yes.
And you used to work full time. What do you do now?
Basically I do my own company such. It's still not in work fully. But basically I have a company that makes basically video games. This Final Fallacy is going to be the main thing. And it's kind of a risky move, I know, but I'm not able to do this ready if I just don't work full time. I'm gladly in a position I can do it, at least for a few months. I'm actually getting some more funding with some project I'm doing. Basically, I'm hoping now, from this month going on, I'm going to be releasing a small game each month. And I'm going to start selling it and getting it round. It's going to be something that I'm going to be like just having it sort of like testing the waters before I get this full big project like the Final Fallacy actually released. Because the thing is, making this is my full time, I suppose. It's still not fully ongoing, not in a way I want it to be. It's a risky thing, but that's what I want to do. Indeed, that's what I want to do. That's what I'm doing, indeed. So this is a small egg we have over here. Let's put it on here. Small egg. I don't really need to add more details on it because it's very small. It's a small egg. Look at that. Small egg. Now, let's put on another one, which is, I think, in here. And let's make it so. So that's the thing. I am doing this sort of full-time sort of fashion. And some people have said me, Elias, you're crazy sort of fashion. But I think if I'm just waiting for someone to do what I want to do, like that's not going to happen. I need to do it myself. And I'm able to do it myself. I actually work on some stuff for some clients I have. Some stuff. And basically what this stuff is, basically some video production and that sort of stuff.
That's really cool.
But, you know, it's still a very financially kind of unstable place, at least for some while. But, you know, going to be working hard to make that happen. This is not the best time to make a company because we have all the crisis and such. But I'm still going to be doing it, trying to at least. If I fail, I'll fail. I'm going to be doing and working hard. Indeed. So we have a bigger egg. I'm actually going to be putting some color on that. I'm actually doing like a kind of like a dinosaur egg sort of fashion. I think it's going to be like yeah. Do you do yourself some jobs and such? I mean, actually, no, I know this. I actually want to color this smaller egg as well, a little bit, sort of shadowing, not just like have this sort of nothingness of ball in there. Indeed. Let's do it. That's really great, honestly. Go for it. I'm gonna have a jump off stream for now. Take care, man. I messaged you in the Twitter. I noticed that. I'm gonna be answering you. Unfortunately, I didn't yet, but I appreciate you coming to the stream. It's a kind of a. I want to share more later on the full-time at the moment. Computer science. Congratulations. Congratulations. I wish you good luck, and I hope let's talk more in the Twitter side of things. Indeed. Let's do that. Let's do it. Good luck for your stuff as well. Computer science is actually very cool. Yeah. Yes, indeed. It's a pleasure having you here. Pleasure having you here. And yeah, let's meet again. I want to actually have to say that, you know, his channel is actually very cool. And I know his channel actually can grow a pretty lot. So just some few moves, and I think he's able to do it. I just wish you to go and check him out. Ideas pending. Idea pending, actually. Write it together so you can actually search his channel. Idea pending. Weekly uploads. That's the name. Good stuff. I like it. Yeah. I'm not in big circles. I suppose I should be. I'm taking possibly too risky moves, but I'm going to be doing it because I know people want this. I know that there's some people who want some RPGs in a new way. Because RPGs, they're being stagnating, man. Big RPGs, stagnation is reality there. I don't know, what do you want to see some new stuff? But I certainly want to. God damn. There's so much not that good stuff out there. Here we go. Kind of a bigger egg. Sort of green. Green fashion, indeed. Here we go. Bigger egg. Let's put it there. Actually, we could actually do like some animal eggs. Like, if I understand, they are like, they have this sort of like grayish feel there. Yeah, like that. A bigger egg could have that. Yeah. Easily. And we could have like this sort of like movement going on the under here. Then let's also put some whiteness in here. Here we go. Like this. And actually that doesn't work too much. Yeah, today's stream is kind of on late of the streams, but still. That's what we do. Everybody in their life have their own path, and I tell you, my problem is that I'm not in too many of the circles I should be. For my own good, I should be knowing more people, and I do already know quite a lot of lovely people. But it's like the measurement how well you do in life is how many people you know. Unfortunately, that's the thing. It's not of your skill; it's just how many people you know. That's a sad thing. That's a sad thing, and I'm hoping to make this a group of people to overcome that, indeed. Indeed so we're working here on some eggs, and the final egg is going to be having actually red side of it. Yes, indeed. I don't know, it's going to be like some kind of a dragon egg or something. Yeah, because there's not too much dragons in this moment of our, but still. Indeed. So let's put it like this. So many RPGs, they promise so much. I promise much, but I think this is going to be possible to do. I just need a lot of people to just... basically, all I need is 4,000 cells, and I'm going to be good for a few months, but 1 year actually. So it's not that big of a goal. It's kind of a medium goal, and I think it's possible. It just needs a lot of like big plans, I tell you. Big planning. So we have eggs now with all of the icons ready. Very good. Let's save that. Let's save that. Here we go. Saving the creation. Indeed. Let's go forward. So we have the eggs ready. Let me actually show you how we put them here now. So eggs should be here somewhere. Let me actually put it like this so it reloads them. Okay. Here we go. Where can we have the eggs? Here we go. Small egg. Big egg. And huge egg. This can be found in people's nests. Creatures' nests. Indeed. And chickens, of course, are the smaller eggs. Eggs are very similar to each other, you know. If you find a big egg, they kind of, you know, it's just like big egg. Oh. I don't need to be like making a chicken egg and these sort of things. Too complicated. Here we go. Carnivore's tooth. Here we go. And Buffonite is actually something I'm going to be doing later on. But possibly animal ears is something I could do next. Animal ears. This is actually kind of a complex one. It has to be very specific, I suppose. Animal ears. Not all animals have sort of ears, you know, that they drop. It's going to be kind of like special ears, but kind of like a rabbit ear sort of fashion. Rabbit ear. I don't know. I'm going to be doing more ears than just one, but I suppose one rabbit ear is actually very good because, you know, rabbits actually have very definitive ears, indeed. That's what they have. But indeed, World of Online Plays is actually moving rapidly going forward, and I think I'm going to be changing my big plans going forward. I have some plans. I actually have one application I'm very proud of that is going to be released this well, sort of proud of. Going to be released this month. I'm going to be sharing more information on that later. I contacted this Japanese voice actor. I'm very happy to actually get that project going on. For projects, I just need to hit one home run and everything's going well. That's the thing. That's the thing. So, you know, there might be some good, more stuff going on. I think I'm going to be telling you when that happens. I'm going to be testing that, and if that works, then I'm going to be doing, working on that. If not, I'm going to be really thinking on my plans. What's the best way to do these ears? Not all the people are, of course, going to be like, animal ears. How exciting. Not all people are going to be like that. But all people are going to be like that. Good. Indeed, we have this sort of fashion. Do they look like ears? I think supposedly. Let's put some whiteness in there, like that. Here we go. I'm not the best artist, but that works for me, at least for now. Here we go, animal ears. Doesn't look like ears, it doesn't. Nah. I'm going to be reworking on them, at least. Yeah, I want them to look natural. This like looks some kind of like shoes. We could actually use them as shoes. No, actually not. Let's not do that. It's a long road, but of course, things are going to happen big time. I'm very happy for that. Nothing is going to take me down, I tell you. Should I like that much better? You don't always have a chance to actually, you know, have these like. You don't always find these when you try. That's the thing. It's kind of, you know, it's kind of random based, but you can actually increase the random value if you have this sort of certain skill there. Usually RPGs always want to just have one value all times, but you can actually increase the number if you want to. That's the thing. You can actually increase it. Quite much so, by the way. If you have a good looting abilities. We actually have people watching right. Well, we have a few. Very, very, very small stream, but it's still ongoing. Yeah, my plan is possibly to just do different channels on different things I do, because I don't want to the plan of doing many stuff on the one channel is not something that actually works. It's still of course up to the I have some other plans as well. Big plans. Here we go. Yes, it's very late on here. And let's have this sort of shape in here as well. I think it's better. Not the best, but I suppose better. And let's have this sort of like ear things like in here. I think it's much better now. This we can use. Animal ears. It's kind of nasty if you can have ears. But that's life. I think, you know, you can make trinkets out of them, you know. Chicken, no, not chicken, but like the... I think some of like, you know, have been used like a trinket, if I might be wrong on that. But hunters, that's what they have. Let me save that. Here we go. Here we go. So animal ears, let's save them here now. Let's put them on. No, not in here. There we go. Some icons have been added. Very good. So people, I'm actually going to be going and saying goodbye now. We have been streaming for 1 hour and it's actually very good. Thanks for coming here. I wish you a good day, and I'm going to be continuing making this little game here as we have always done. So yeah, let's continue to work. I'm Elias and I wish you a good night. See.